Hello students, I am your teacher for today's lecture and today's topic is quadratic equations. Now you know in the last lecture we had started with this topic and we had done standard quadratic equation. फिर हमने उसके देखे थे कि roots, nature of roots क्या होते हैं, when are the roots real, when are they distinct, when are they equal, है ना. We had discussed nature of roots. Also we had seen sum of roots, product of roots and difference of roots, and we had done some questions based on that. Now let us continue with this topic today also. Now in this case, first thing that we are going to do today would be symmetric functions of roots. So let us write symmetric functions of roots. Now first of all we will understand what is that. Okay, so symmetric functions of roots. Now what do we mean when we say symmetric functions of roots? Now suppose I have this quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Alright, this is the standard quadratic equation. मान लो इसके roots हैं अल्फा एंड बीटा. I hope you remember last लेक्चर में हमने किया था कि अगर अल्फा प्लस बी, अल्फा और बीटा बेटा रूट्स हैं तो सम ऑफ रूट्स विल बी इक्वल टू माइनस बी अपॉन ए, और यहां पे प्रोडक्ट ऑफ रूट्स जो होगा दैट विल बी इक्वल टू सी अपॉन ए. इज इट ऑल राइट? अब सिमेट्रिक फंक्शंस ऑफ रूट्स का मतलब है कि हम कुछ फंक्शंस लिखेंगे इन टर्म्स ऑफ अल्फा बीटा and they will remain unchanged if alpha and beta are interchanged. So what do we mean by symmetric functions of roots? It means that कि function remains unchanged, function remains unchanged when alpha and beta are interchanged. Okay, मतलब किसी भी रूट को हम अल्फा से डिनोट कर रहे हैं, किसी दूसरे रूट को बीटा से डिनोट कर रहे हैं, तो देयर बी नो डिफरेंस. ओके, सो व्हेन अल्फा बीटा आर इंटरचेंज्ड तो फंक्शन में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं आएगा. इज इट ओके? अब जो भी हम सिमेट्रिक फंक्शंस लिखेंगे उनमें उनको किसकी टर्म्स में लिखना है? उनको इसकी टर्म्स में लिखना है, अल्फा प्लस बीटा और अल्फा बीटा, बिकॉज गिवन द क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन वी नो व्हाट इज अल्फा प्लस बीटा एंड व्हाट इज अल्फा इनटू बीटा. सो लेट मी राइट द फर्स्ट वन. ठीक है, पहला लिखते हैं. फर्स्ट वन वुड बी लाइक अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर. मान लो इसको रिप्रेजेंट करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ अल्फा प्लस बीटा एंड अल्फा इनटू बीटा. सो लेट अस यूज द आइडेंटिटी अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल स्क्वायर. एक्स्ट्रा क्या आएगा? 2 अल्फा बीटा, सो माइनस 2 अल्फा बीटा. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट वन. अब देखो इसमें अल्फा बीटा इंटरचेंज भी हो तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता हमें, तो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज सिमेट्रिक फंक्शंस ऑफ रूट. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला. सेकेंड वी मे टेक एज, सेकेंड फॉर्मूला विल बी अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस बीटा स्क्वायर. अब अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस बीटा स्क्वायर को कैसे लिख सकते हैं? देखो अल्फा प्लस बीटा इंटू अल्फा माइनस बीटा. और आपको याद होगा हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में डिफरेंस ऑफ रूट्स भी किया था. यहां पे जैसे ये सम हो गया है ना, यहां पे देखो दिस इज द सम, दिस इज द प्रोडक्ट. वी हैड डन डिफरेंस ऑल्सो. व्हाट वाज द डिफरेंस? लेट अस सी. लाइक इफ आई वांट टू ऑब्टेन अल्फा माइनस बीटा, इट वाज प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट ऑफ डी अपॉन ए. इज इट ओके? तो ये था प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट ऑफ डी अपॉन ए, वेयर व्हाट वाज डी? इट वाज अ डिस्क्रिमिनेंट. तो डी था हमारा बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac. तो डिफरेंस ऑफ रूट्स का भी फॉर्मूला हमने किया था अपार्ट फ्रॉम सम एंड प्रोडक्ट. तो हमारे पास अल्फा प्लस बीटा है, अल्फा इंटू बीटा है और अल्फा माइनस बीटा है. तो अगर हमारे पास अल्फा प्लस बीटा इंटू अल्फा माइनस बीटा है, वी कैन पुट द वैल्यूज. ऑलराइट, नाउ लेट मी टेक द थर्ड वन. थर्ड वन विच आई एम गोइंग टू टेक वुड बी अल्फा क्यूब प्लस बीटा क्यूब. अब देखो अगर इसको कैलकुलेट करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ अल्फा प्लस बीटा एंड अल्फा इनटू बीटा तो कैसे करेंगे? दिस कैन बी रिटन एज अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल क्यूब माइनस 3 अल्फा बीटा इनटू अल्फा प्लस बीटा. ये किस फॉर्मूले से आया? ए प्लस बी होल क्यूब के फॉर्मूले से, राइट? सो अल्फा क्यूब प्लस बीटा क्यूब कैन बी रिटन इन दिस मैनर. लुक एट द फोर्थ वन. फोर्थ लेते हैं. मान लो हमारे पास है अल्फा क्यूब माइनस बीटा क्यूब. अब a क्यूब माइनस बी क्यूब की फैक्टराइजेशन आपको याद होगी, इट यूज टू बी अल्फा माइनस बीटा इंटू अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर प्लस अल्फा बीटा, यही थी ना। अब आप यहां पे देखो अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर जो है इसको हम यहां से रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं ना, यहां पे हमने लिया था अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर नंबर 1 में, तो इट कैन बी रिटन एज अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल स्क्वायर माइनस 2 अल्फा बीटा, और उसमें ये अल्फा बीटा ऐड करना है। सो व्हाट डू वी गेट नाउ, दिस कैन बी फर्दर रिटन एज अल्फा माइनस बीटा इंटू अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल स्क्वायर, माइनस 2 अल्फा बीटा है और प्लस अल्फा बीटा, तो इट विल बी माइनस अल्फा बीटा, राइट। सो वी नो द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ फ्रूट्स, वी नो सम ऑफ फ्रूट्स, वी नो डिफरेंस ऑफ फ्रूट्स, तो यहां पे हमें सारी चीजें पता है। सो वी कैन कैलकुलेट अल्फा क्यूब माइनस बीटा क्यूब, right? Let us take the fifth one over here. Fifth result that we can take would be alpha 4 plus beta 4. अब देखो इसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं अल्फा 4 प्लस बीटा 4 को, दिस कैन बी रिटन एज अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर का होल स्क्वायर, खोलोगे ब्रैकेट राइट साइड पे तो क्या आएगा, a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर के फॉर्मूले से अल्फा 4 प्लस बीटा 4, एक्स्ट्रा टर्म क्या आ गई 2 अल्फा स्क्वायर बीटा स्क्वायर यहां पे, तो वो हम सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देते हैं माइनस 2 अल्फा स्क्वायर बीटा स्क्वायर। अगेन यू कैन सी दैट हेयर वी हैव अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर विच वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड इन द फर्स्ट रिजल्ट, तो उसकी वैल्यू पुट कर देते हैं। सो दिस कैन बी रिटन एज नाउ अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल स्क्वायर, राइट, माइनस 2 अल्फा बीटा इसका होल स्क्वायर, एंड दिस इज माइनस 2 अल्फा बीटा होल स्क्वायर। So that is how we can write alpha 4 plus beta 4. Okay? एक और लिखते हैं. Let me write the next one. Sixth है मान लो जैसे हमारे पास alpha 4 minus beta 4. Okay? Let us see how to write this. अब alpha 4 minus beta 4 में a square minus b square की फॉर्म अगर हम यूज करें फैक्टराइजेशन, it is a plus b into a minus b. तो दिस कैन बी रिटन एज अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस बीटा स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाइड बाय अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर। अब अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस बीटा स्क्वायर को आप फिर से फैक्टराइज कर सकते हो, दिस कैन बी रिटन एज अल्फा प्लस बीटा इंटू अल्फा माइनस बीटा, ठीक है। और फिर से देखो अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर, फर्स्ट रिजल्ट हमने किया था, हाउ कैन वी राइट इट, अल्फा प्लस बीटा होल स्क्वायर minus 2 alpha beta. So everything on the right hand side is in terms of alpha plus beta or alpha minus beta. So we know all the three things, sum of fruits, product of fruits, difference of fruits, so we can very easily calculate the value. Is it okay? So these are called as symmetric functions of roots. Now let us do some questions based on it. Okay? Now look at the first question on your screen. Let's see what is given. If m is chosen in the quadratic equation, look here, what is the quadratic equation? M square plus 1 x square minus 3x plus m square plus 1 whole square equal to 0. और क्या दिया है इसके बारे में, such that sum of its roots is greatest. तो इसका जो रूट्स का सम है वो ग्रेटेस्ट है। इस इंफॉर्मेशन को यूज करके what are we going to do? We are going to find first of all the value of m. अभी देखो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन नोन नहीं है, उसमें एक अननोन है m, तो ये जो आपको कंडीशन दी है सम ऑफ रूट्स इज ग्रेटेस्ट, इसको यूज करके हम m की वैल्यू निकालेंगे, तो हमें पूरी क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन पता चल जाएगी। फिर आपको क्या बताना है, एब्सोल्यूट डिफरेंस ऑफ द क्यूब्स ऑफ इट्स रूट्स। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चन। ओके, सो लेट्स राइट द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस नाउ। अब देखो, लेट मी राइट द क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन। क्या है हमारी क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन, देखो ध्यान से, m square plus 1 into x square, right, minus 3x plus m square plus 1 का whole square is equal to 0. अब देखो बात किसकी हो रही है यहाँ पे, सम ऑफ रूट्स की हो रही है ना, सम ऑफ रूट्स इज ग्रेटेस्ट। तो लेट मी टेक सम ऑफ रूट्स। तो सम ऑफ रूट्स को अगर हम s से डिनोट करते हैं तो आपको याद होगा इसका फॉर्मूला था माइनस बी अपॉन ए। ऑलराइट, तो ये कितना हो गया, देखो माइनस ऑफ माइनस 3 इज 3, a इज कोफिशिएंट ऑफ x स्क्वायर विच इज m स्क्वायर प्लस 1। अब हमें क्या चाहिए बेटा, ये क्वांटिटी वी वांट दैट इट शुड बी ग्रेटेस्ट, ये सबसे बड़ी होनी चाहिए। अब आप नोटिस करो कि न्यूमिनेटर कांस्टेंट है, isn't it? तो ये क्वांटिटी ग्रेटेस्ट कब होगी? जब डिनोमिनेटर मिनिमम होगा। जैसे अगर आपके पास मान लो 3 कोई चीजें हैं, सपोज यू हैव 3 केक्स, अगर आप चाहते हो कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपको मिले तो आपको कम से कम लोगों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है। तो अगर नीचे डिनोमिनेटर नंबर ऑफ पीपल है, दे शुड बी मिनिमम। तो ये ग्रेटेस्ट कब होगा? दिस विल बी ग्रेटेस्ट इफ डिनोमिनेटर m² + 1 इज लीस्ट। ये लीस्ट होना चाहिए। अब देखो m हमारा रियल नंबर है, तो वी नो दैट m² विल बी ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू 0 बिकॉज m इज रियल नंबर। Is it okay? तो m² + 1 will be greater than or equal to 1. तो मिनिमम वैल्यू m² + 1 की क्या होगी? 1 होगी। और ये कब होगी? जब m हमारा 0 है। ठीक है, सो दैट मीन्स डिनोमिनेटर इज लीस्ट when m is equal to 0. Is it all right? क्योंकि m की इससे छोटी वैल्यू हो ही नहीं सकती। m is greater than or equal to 0, तो जब m मिनिमम है तो ही m² + 1 भी हमारा मिनिमम होगा। तो m is equal to 0. Let us put it in the given quadratic equation. तो जो हमारा unknown था वो हमें पता चल गया। So now my quadratic equation becomes, let me put m as 0. I get x² - 3x + 1 equal to 0. अब ये मेरे पास quadratic equation है। अब मुझे क्या बताना है? देखो, what do I need to obtain? Look at the question. Absolute difference of cubes of roots. तो let us find. हम पहले assume कर लेते हैं कि let the roots be alpha and beta. ठीक है, मान लो इसके roots हैं हमारे अल्फा और बीटा। तो absolute difference of cubes of roots मतलब we need to obtain mod of alpha cube minus beta cube. ये हमें निकालना है। अब देखो, इसमें जो अभी हमने सिमेट्रिक फंक्शंस ऑफ रूट्स के रिजल्ट्स किए हैं, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई। ओके, बिफोर दैट लेट अस सी इन दिस व्हाट इज सम ऑफ रूट्स, व्हाट इज प्रोडक्ट ऑफ रूट्स एंड व्हाट इज डिफरेंस ऑफ रूट्स। तो अब आप देखो, इस इक्वेशन में सम ऑफ रूट्स अल्फा प्लस बीटा इज -b/a which will be 3 because a is 1, coefficient of x² is 1. Look at product of roots alpha beta, it was c/a, so it is equal to 1. And let me also take difference of roots alpha minus beta. It used to be ± of d/a. तो कितना हो जाएगा? ± I have 9 - 4 and divided by 1. So this will be ±√5. So I have the value of alpha plus beta. किस किस की वैल्यू आ गई? देखो, अल्फा प्लस बीटा, अल्फा बीटा, अल्फा माइनस बीटा। Now let us calculate this. Absolute difference of cubes of roots. So let us write mod of alpha cube minus beta cube. क्या फॉर्मूला हमने लिखा था? देखो, अगर आपको वैसे फॉर्मूला याद नहीं है तो आप इसी को फैक्टराइज कर लो यहीं पे। ओके, सो कितना आ गया? ये था अल्फा माइनस बीटा, इट वॉज अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर प्लस अल्फा बीटा। एंड रिमेंबर, नाउ वी पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा स्क्वायर प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर, which was alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. So because of that we get this as equal to mod of alpha minus beta into alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta and then this plus alpha beta which we have over here. So it will give us minus alpha beta. Now let us put the values. अब हम values put करते हैं। देखो, alpha minus beta है plus minus √5, then bracket alpha plus beta whole square. You can see alpha plus beta is 3. Okay, so this would be 3 square, that is 9, minus alpha into beta you can see is equal to 1. So let me put this is 1. Got it? ये हो जाएगा। तो ये आ गया हमारे पास equal to प्लस माइनस 8√5। अब देखो, मॉड ले रहे हैं तो रूट के बाहर आ जाएगा प्लस 8√5. So this is going to be the solution. Is it okay? So we have used this formula. All right, कि alpha cube minus beta cube का mod will be given by this. All right, let us check the option. 8√5 is the answer. So that means B option will be correct. Okay, so this was the question. Let's move on to the next question now. Now you can see the next question on your screen. It is from JEE Mains 2019. Okay, as you can see. Previous question was also from JEE Mains 2019. You can see here it was also from JEE Mains 2019. Now let us see this question. We are given that alpha, beta are roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, this one. X square plus x sine theta minus 2 sine theta equal to 0. Where theta belongs to 0 to pi by 2, that means our angle theta is in first quadrant. Then we have to calculate the value of this whole expression. Is it okay? So let me write the solution for this. So let us observe the solution. सबसे पहले तो इक्वेशन लिख लेते हैं. ओके, व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन? वी हैव एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस एक्स साइन थीटा माइनस 2 साइन थीटा is equal to 0. All right. Now we are given the roots are alpha and beta. Again you can see we have to calculate this expression. Okay, इस expression में हमें sum, difference या फिर प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत पड़ सकती है, तो पहले उसको निकाल के रख लेते हैं. तो लेट अस फाइंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सम ऑफ रूट्स अल्फा प्लस बीटा. इट यूज्ड टू बी अगेन माइनस बी अपॉन ए, है ना. तो कितना हो गया देखो, माइनस साइन थीटा, बिकॉज ए इज 1 एज कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्स स्क्वायर इज 1. प्रोडक्ट ऑफ रूट्स ले लेते हैं अल्फा बीटा, दैट वुड बी हाउ मच, सी अपॉन ए. तो सी अपॉन ए मीन्स माइनस 2 साइन थीटा. Got it? A is 1. Let us take the difference of roots. Difference of roots alpha minus beta, as you know, is plus minus under root of d upon a. Let us calculate it. So it will be equal to plus minus under root of d would be how much? Sin square theta, b square minus 4ac होता है ना, minus minus plus 4 2s are 8 sin theta, and a is of course 1. Is it okay? So let us take its square. So you can see if we do squaring over here, then alpha minus beta whole square, plus minus will become plus and square root will be removed. And moreover, what we can do is in these two terms we can take sin theta common. So I will have this equal to sin theta common into sin theta plus 8. Okay, so what I have got, sum of roots is minus sin theta, product of roots is minus 2 sin theta, and square of difference of roots is sin theta into sin theta plus 8. Now let me write the expression which we want to calculate. So we want alpha 12 plus beta 12. So we want to calculate this value, alpha 12 plus beta 12 divided by. Now what is the denominator? Denominator is alpha raised power minus 12, as you can see in the equation, plus beta raised power minus 12, and multiplied by we have alpha minus beta whole power 24. This value is to be obtained. Now let's solve. First of all, look at this one. Alpha raised power minus 12, beta raised power minus 12. We can write it as 1 upon alpha 12 plus 1 upon beta 12. So that would be the first step. So I have alpha 12 plus beta 12 divided by. So we are writing it as 1 upon alpha 12 plus 1 upon beta 12. Got it? And look here. Since we obtained alpha minus beta whole square, so this can be written as alpha minus beta whole square, and I can take whole power as 12 because 2 into 12 would be 24. Now next step would be to take LCM over here. So in this bracket I am going to take LCM. So if I take LCM, numerator is alpha 12 plus beta 12 divided by, I have LCM alpha 12 beta 12, right? Now what is the numerator? Beta 12 and plus alpha 12. Got it? And plus we have this 1 upon alpha minus beta whole square and whole power 12. Okay, we have this. Got it? Now observe this thing. These two terms will get cancelled. It's the same, alpha 12 plus beta 12, and this denominator alpha 12 beta 12 will come in the numerator. So this can be written as alpha into beta whole power 12. Got it? We can combine the power, and denominator is alpha minus beta whole square whole power 12. Now what is to be done? A simple step, we just have to put the value of alpha into beta and alpha minus beta whole square. Let us check what were the values. See here, alpha into beta was this. As you can see, alpha into beta is minus 2 sine theta, and alpha minus beta whole square is sine theta into sine theta plus 8. So let me put minus 2 sine theta, this would be minus 2 sine theta whole power 12, and this was sine theta into sine theta plus 8. Got it? And this is whole power 12. Now let us simplify. Minus 2, power is even, so minus will become plus. So I have 2 raised power 12. Then sine 12 theta, look at the denominator, sine 12 theta into sine theta plus 8 whole power 12. Got it? As you can see, sine 12 theta will get cancelled. So same power is there, so maybe we can combine it. So this whole thing can be written as, or you can write separately also, 2 raised power 12 upon sine theta plus 8 power 12. Let us check the option now. Okay, so we are getting this as the value of the given expression. 2 raised power 12 upon sine theta plus 8 power 12. Check your options. So let us check. 2 raised power 12 upon sine theta plus 8 12. You can see that A option is correct. Okay, so this is from JEE Mains 2019. So A option will be correct. Okay, so this was the question. Now let us move on to the third question. Third question पे चलते हैं. देखो थोड़ा सा आपको देखने में लगेगा कि maybe it is kind of similar to the previous question. Let us see. We are given that alpha and beta be the roots of quadratic equation. X square, look at the equation now. X square sine theta minus x into sine theta cos theta plus 1 plus cos theta equal to 0. We are given theta lies between 0 to 45 and you are given that alpha is less than beta. What is the question now? We have to obtain the value of this expression. Okay, this is to be obtained. Alright, so let us see how do we solve it. So let us write the solution now. Firstly, let me write the equation. What's the quadratic equation? Look here. It is x square sine theta minus x into sine theta cos theta plus 1 and plus cos theta is equal to 0. This is the equation. Now let me tell you one thing. Usually in these kind of equations, when you have coefficient of x as already sum or difference of two terms, then most of the times if you open the bracket, we are able to factorize this equation. Okay, let's see how. Like you can see coefficient of x is sum of two terms, it may be difference also. So usually when it is given like this, in most of the cases you will be able to factorize the equation and find the roots directly. Let's do that. So I have x square sine theta minus, what do we have? X into sine theta cos theta. Then I have minus x and plus cos theta is equal to 0. Now in the first two terms you can see that x sine theta is common. What is left? We are left with x minus cos theta. In the next two terms minus 1 is common. So I have again x minus cos theta. Now let us factorize. So we get x sine theta minus 1 multiplied by x minus cos theta is equal to 0. So see how easily we have factorized it. Now if the first factor is 0, we will get the first root. What is the first root? 1 upon sine theta. Is it alright? Or you can say it is cosecant theta. And if you put second factor as 0, then the other root will be x is equal to cos theta. Now look here. In the equation we are given that the two roots are alpha beta, and look at this. Alpha is less than beta and this theta lies between 0 to 45. So if alpha beta are roots, that means theta is taking values alpha and beta, so that means alpha and beta are between 0 to 45 degree. Now which one is alpha, which is beta? You know that from trigonometry we have this inequality. What was the inequality? That for any value of theta, like here we have theta between 0 to 45 degree. That means it is in the first quadrant only. So cos theta will lie between 0 to 1. Is it all right? Yeah. We can see the graph also, but that much specification we do not require over here. So this much is sufficient that it will lie between 0 to 1. And you know that when we talk about cosecant theta, so cosecant theta is always greater than or equal to 1. Isn't it? So we have cosecant theta greater than or equal to 1. Now look here. We are given in the equation alpha is less than beta. So which root will be alpha? Which one will be smaller? Cos theta. So we get from here that this root is going to be alpha and this cosecant theta or 1 upon sine theta is beta. So these are the two roots. Now let us see what do we have to calculate. Okay. Look at this expression now. This one, sigma n varying from 0 to infinity alpha n plus minus 1 raised power n upon beta raised power n. So let me write this. So I have sigma n varying from 0 to infinity. Then what do we have? We have alpha n bracket alpha n plus minus 1 raised power n divided by beta raised power n. You must always cross check that whatever you have written is correct or not. So let us cross check. Yes, this is the expression whose value we want to obtain. Now look here. When n is 0, n is taking value 0 to infinity. It means n is taking value 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinity. If n is 0, what will be this expression be? Alpha raised power 0 is 1, minus 1 raised power 0 will be 1, beta raised power 0 will be 1. So these will be the terms. If n is 1, what do we get? Alpha. Now you know that when you have minus 1, if the power is odd, you will get minus sign. If power is even, we will get plus sign. So n is now 1. है ना, we are taking n as 1, n को 1 ले रहे हैं तो minus आएगा. Minus 1 upon beta. Got it? Let us take n as 2. n को 2 लेते हैं तो पावर n 2 हो गई. तो I have alpha square. अब देखो minus 1 की पावर 2 है तो even हो गया तो it will be plus. So this is 2 and plus 1 upon beta square. ये आ गया. एक टर्म और लिखते हैं यहाँ पे plus I have, if you take n as 3, what do we have? Alpha cube. Now minus 1 power 3 will be minus 1 upon beta cube. And so on we have to go up till infinity. Now how we are going to solve it? Let us combine first of all first term of each bracket. Okay. I mean to say 1, alpha, alpha square, alpha cube. Let us combine these terms. So I am writing in the first bracket 1 plus alpha square plus alpha cube up to infinity. Then let me take the second terms of each bracket. So it is 1 minus 1 upon beta plus 1 upon beta square minus 1 upon beta cube and so on up till infinity. Now what are these? What are these two series? These are infinite geometric progressions. As you can see, the first one is also infinite GP. In this first term is 1 and common ratio is alpha. This is also infinite GP, okay, in which first term I am denoting by capital A is 1 and common ratio I am denoting by capital R. It is minus 1 upon beta. And what is the formula for sum up to infinity in GP? S infinity क्या होता था, है ना, याद है ना, A upon 1 minus R. So this will be equal to A upon 1 minus R plus capital A upon 1 minus capital R. Let us put the values now. So this will be equal to 1 upon 1 minus alpha and plus I have 1 upon 1 minus minus plus 1 upon beta. Now look here. What we have to do? we will just put value of alpha and 1 upon beta. Let us check what was alpha. See, alpha is cos theta, right? And beta is 1 upon sine theta. So 1 upon beta would be its reciprocal, sine theta. So alpha is cos theta and 1 upon beta would be sine theta. So let us put the values now. So this is equal to 1 upon 1 minus cos theta, right? And plus 1 upon 1 plus sine theta. So this is going to be the answer. So this is the value of the given expression, right? Let us check the option. 1 upon 1 minus cos theta plus 1 upon 1 plus sine theta. First one 1 upon 1 minus cos theta, but we have minus sign, so A option is incorrect. As you can see here, we have minus sign. Second one is 1 upon 1 minus cos theta plus 1 upon 1 plus sine theta. So of course this is the correct option, right? So this option is correct. So B option will be correct in this question. Okay, so I hope you have understood it, right? So these were some of the questions in which we were using sum of roots, product of roots and difference of roots. All right. Now let us move on to something interesting. That would be how to find common roots of quadratic equations. Now when we take two quadratic equations, they may have one root common and they may have both roots common. Okay. So let us move on to that. So let me give the heading now. Common roots of quadratic equations. First of all, first case we are going to do one common root. When two quadratic equations have one common root. Is it okay? Now let us see what is the condition on the constants which are involved in the quadratic equations so that they have a common root. Okay. Now suppose I have first quadratic equation as a1x square plus b1x plus c1 equal to 0. And suppose second quadratic equation is a2x square plus b2x plus c2 equal to 0. Now we are saying they have one common root. So let me take one common root alpha and the second root will be different then. Suppose first equation has other root beta and second equation has other root gamma. Now how do we find the condition? Now look here. If alpha is the common root, then it is going to satisfy both the equations. It means we can replace x by alpha in both the equations because alpha will be satisfying both the equations. So we have a1 alpha square plus b1 alpha plus c1 equal to 0. Similarly, I have a2 alpha square plus b2 alpha plus c2 equal to 0. Now you can consider it kind of a two linear equations. Remember, you used to have equations of these two types like a1x like this, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. In 10th class you have done it, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. How we used to solve them? By cross multiplication method. So here you can consider that in place of x you have alpha square, in place of y you have alpha. So let us apply now cross multiplication method. So we are going to use cross multiplication method, in which what we do? We first write coefficients of the middle term. So I will write b1, then constant term, then coefficient of first term, and then again coefficient of second term. Similarly for the second equation, I write b2, c2, a2, then again b2. Then what was the cross multiplication method? Like you used to have x, so in place of x we have alpha square as I told you, and in place of y we have alpha. So let me write, it would be alpha square upon this into this minus this into this. So I have b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Got it? Equal to, in place of y alpha, so it will be c1 a2 denominator c1 a2 and minus c2 a1. फिर equal to 1 upon, I will have this into this minus this into this. So I will have A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Got it? Now let us see how do we find the condition for common roots. Look at now these two. First of all, look at this part of equality. You can see alpha will get cancelled. So I will have from this part alpha to be equal to B1 C2 minus B2 C1 divided by C1 A2 minus C2 A1. Got it? Now look at this part of the equality. From here also we obtain value of alpha, that would be C1 A2 minus C2 A1 and divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. You can see both are equal to alpha. So these two expressions will be equal. So I get the condition as if they are equal and if you cross multiply, you can see, right? This expression is equal to this expression. So if they are equal and if we cross multiply, what do we get? We are getting that B1 C2 minus B2 C1 multiplied by A1 B2 minus A2 B1 is equal to, किसके इक्वल होगा देखो, C1 A2 minus C2 A1 whole square. I get this. So this is the condition for two quadratic equations to have both roots common. So if the coefficients in the quadratic equation satisfy this condition, then both roots will be common. Now how to memorize it? It's difficult to memorize it like this, B1 C2 minus B2 C1 and so on. We might make mistake and derivation would be lengthy. Let me tell you a very quick and easy method to memorize it. Now look here. What were the quadratic equations? It were A1 x square plus B1x plus C1 equal to 0. पहली quadratic equation थी. Coefficients क्या थे? A1 B1 C1. Second quadratic equation आपकी ये थी. Coefficients क्या हैं? A2 B2 C2. So now method of memorizing it. Look here. I write A1 B1 C1 and then again A1. तो first quadratic equation के coefficients लिखे और फिर से A1 लिख दिया दोबारा. Similarly second के लिखो A2 B2 C2 and then again A2. Now look carefully. It's so simple. इसको इससे multiply करो minus इसको इससे. What do we get? A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Got it? Then like cross multiplication method, B1 C2 minus B2 C1. So B1 C2 minus B2 C1 equal to this into this minus this into this. C1 A2 माइनस C2 A1 और इसके ऊपर होल स्क्वायर. तो ये जो तीसरा हमने लिया है इसके ऊपर होल स्क्वायर लगाना है. तो यू कैन सी दिस इज सेम एज दिस. सो इट्स वेरी इजी to memorize the result. Yeah, rather you don't have to memorize it. You just have to write the coefficients in this order and you can write the result directly and then use it. All right. So we'll be doing questions based on this. Now let me tell you one more thing. What happens if both roots are common in two quadratic equations? This was the case when we have taken case 1, one common root. Now let me take the case when we have both roots common. So let us move on to case 2 now. So if I have case 2 that both roots common, all right, in quadratic equation we have both roots common. Now first quadratic equation that we had taken was a1x square plus b1x plus c1 equal to 0, and second one was a2x square, right, plus b2x plus c2 equal to 0. If both roots are common, what does it mean? That if first equation has roots alpha beta, other equation will also have roots alpha beta. So both roots are common. Now in this case, what will be the condition? Like in case 1, this was the condition, as you can see, right? If one root is common, then we had this condition, isn't it? This was the condition, the above one. This was the condition for one root common. So similar kind of condition we will obtain in coefficients for both roots common. How do we do it? It's quite simple. Now in the first equation, if you take sum of roots, that would be minus b1 upon a1, and product of roots will be c1 upon a1, isn't it? Second equation also has roots alpha beta. So in this also sum of roots are going to be minus b2 upon a2 and product of roots will be equal to c2 upon a2. Now look here, alpha plus beta, this is also alpha plus beta, this is also alpha plus beta, so both are equal. So I have minus b1 upon a1 is equal to minus b2 upon a2. Minus minus will get cancelled and this condition may be written as a1 upon a2 is b1 upon b2. Now look at the product of roots. Can you see, this is also alpha beta, this is also alpha beta. So I have c1 upon a1 equal to c2 upon a2. How can you write it? This can be written as a1 upon a2 is c1 upon c2. Now we have these two conditions. First one is this and this is the second one. So we can combine these two and write the final condition as a1 upon a2 is b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. So this is the condition for two quadratic equations to have both roots common. That means coefficients will be proportional. Got it? So coefficients are proportional. Now let us do some questions based on that. So we have done condition for one common root, for which I told you the method of writing it. Okay, we simply write the coefficients in this manner, all right, like this, and then we write the condition by using cross multiplication method. And if both roots are common, condition is a1 upon a2 is b1 upon b2 is c1 upon c2, right? Now let us move on to the questions. Okay, now look at the first question on your screen over here. Based on this, what is the question? Let us read. Lambda is not equal to 0 is a real number and alpha beta are roots of this equation x square minus x plus 2 lambda equal to 0. And alpha gamma are roots of this equation 3x square minus 10x plus 27 lambda is 0. Then we have to find the value of beta gamma by lambda. Okay, so you can see here that first equation has roots alpha beta and second equation has roots alpha gamma. You can see one root is common. Alpha is the common root. Okay, now let's see how do we solve it. So let us look at the solution now. Let me write the first equation. It is x square minus x plus 2 lambda equal to 0. What are the roots? Alpha and beta. What is the second equation? 3x square minus 10x plus 27 lambda is equal to 0. Now what are the roots? Alpha and gamma. So I have this alpha as the common root. Now listen carefully. We have one root common and we have derived one condition. We usually use that condition if the question was just to obtain the value of lambda. अगर क्वेश्चन ये होता ना कि लैम्डा निकालो तो हम कंडीशन यूज करते डायरेक्टली वैल्यू लैम्डा की मिल जाएगी, पर यहां हमें क्या चाहिए देखो, वी नीड टू ऑब्टेन बीटा गामा बाय लैम्डा. तो दैट मीन्स हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द अदर रूट्स ऑल्सो. तो इसके लिए हम इसको कैसे करेंगे? बेस्ट मेथड वुड बी दैट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी कैन से दैट अल्फा अगर इसका रूट है बेटा तो इट विल सेटिस्फाई दिस इक्वेशन. सो आई हैव अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस अल्फा प्लस 2 लैम्डा इक्वल टू 0. फिर अल्फा इस इक्वेशन का भी रूट है तो अल्फा इसको सेटिस्फाई करेगा. तो आई हैव 3 अल्फा स्क्वायर माइनस 10 अल्फा प्लस 27 लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू 0. नाउ आई हैव दीज टू इक्वेशंस 1 and 2. अब हम क्या करेंगे, इसमें कोफिशिएंट्स इक्वेट करेंगे अल्फा स्क्वायर का. उसका क्या फायदा होगा अभी देखते हैं. तो we want to eliminate alpha square. So let us equate the coefficient. For that I will multiply first equation by 3. So what do I get? First equation as, if I multiply by 3, I get 3 alpha square minus 3 alpha and plus 6 lambda equal to 0. Second equation as it is, 3 alpha square minus 10 alpha plus 27 lambda is equal to 0. ये आ गई. अब क्या करोगे, सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लो. तो याद है ना साइन चेंज करते हैं. तो आई हैव प्लस का माइनस, माइनस का प्लस, प्लस का माइनस. सो व्हाट डू आई गेट? लेट अस सॉल्व. This is cancelled. All right. I get 10 alpha minus 3 alpha as 7 alpha. 6 lambda minus 27 lambda is minus 21 lambda is equal to 0. That gives me a relation between alpha and lambda. So the common root alpha you can see will be 3 lambda. So this is the first condition that we get. Alpha is 3 lambda. Got it? Now look here. Now we are talking about beta gamma also. So I have, look here, in the first equation roots are alpha beta. Let us take product of roots in the first equation. Can you see here? Alpha beta are the roots. So product of roots will be C upon A, that is 2 lambda upon 1. So in the first equation, we have product of roots alpha beta equal to C upon A, and that will be equal to, as you can see, 2 lambda. Got it? In the second equation, again I take product of roots. Now second equation has roots, as you can see, gamma alpha. So product of roots is C upon A, so 27 lambda divided by 3. So I have in the second equation product of roots equal to alpha gamma, that would be 27 lambda divided by 3, which is equal to 9 lambda. Got it? Now what do we want to obtain? Look here. I have the value of alpha as 3 lambda. This we can utilize over here. Alpha is 3 lambda. So let us put alpha here and alpha here. What do I get in the first one? If I put alpha, we get 3 lambda beta is equal to 2 lambda. Got it? Alpha is 3 lambda. So from here, lambda is getting cancelled. We get beta as 2 upon 3. In the second one, alpha is 3 lambda. So I have 3 lambda gamma is equal to 9 lambda. Now again lambda will get cancelled. So gamma is equal to 9 upon 3, that is 3. Is it okay? Now what is to be obtained? Beta gamma upon lambda. Now we have got the value of beta and we have got the value of gamma. We haven't got the value of lambda. Now how we are going to obtain the value of lambda? We are going to use this equation. Equation 1, which we called. Let me write it again. From 1 I have alpha square minus alpha, as you can see over here, plus 2 lambda is 0. So let me write, from 1 we are getting alpha square minus alpha plus 2 lambda is equal to 0. Isn't it? So this was the result. See, 1 alpha square minus alpha 2 lambda 0. Now use that alpha is 3 lambda. So this result we are going to use. So I am going to put alpha as 3 lambda. So I have 3 lambda whole square minus 3 lambda and plus 2 lambda equal to 0. What do I get? 9 lambda square is equal to lambda. Now let us see. You can see in the question one very important thing, we are given lambda is non-zero. Okay, so if lambda is non-zero, so that means we can cancel out lambda over here. So I get 9 lambda as 1. So value of lambda comes out to be 1 by 9. So I have got the value of beta, gamma and lambda. Now what was to be obtained? We had to obtain the value of beta, gamma by lambda. Can you see in the question? Look here. So we had to obtain this beta, gamma upon lambda. Let's obtain now. So I need beta, gamma upon lambda. Beta, as you can see above, is 2 by 3, right? Then gamma is 3 and divided by lambda is 1 upon 9. This 3 will get cancelled, 9 will come in the numerator. So 2 9s are 18 is going to be the solution. Alright, so value of beta into gamma upon lambda is how much? 18. So which option? D option will be correct. And this question was there in JEE Mains 2020. Alright, so in this, why haven't we used that condition for one common root? Because we were interested in beta and gamma also. As I told you, if the question was simply to obtain lambda, then we could have used that condition and obtained the value of lambda. Okay, we'll be doing more questions in which when any constant is to be obtained like that and they are not talking about the roots, then we use that condition for one common root directly. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. Now this is the next question, and believe me, it's a very, very important question. This kind of question has been asked in JEE Advanced as well as Mains many times. Now what is the question? Let us read the question. If the equations x square plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0 and ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers, have a common root, then we have to find ratio a is to b is to c. Now this is a slightly tricky question. Why is it tricky? Look here, they are saying they have a common root. A common root means they have one root common, isn't it? Now if we apply condition for one root common, let me tell you this, okay? Suppose हम क्वेश्चन को पहली बार ही पढ़ रहे हैं तो हमें यही लगेगा कि एक रूट कॉमन है, तो ऑब्वियसली विल ट्राई टू अप्लाई कंडीशन फॉर वन कॉमन रूट. पहली इक्वेशन देखो क्या है हमारी, एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 2x प्लस 3 इक्वल टू 0, isn't it? और दूसरी इक्वेशन ax स्क्वायर प्लस bx प्लस c इक्वल टू 0. अब इसमें वन कॉमन रूट की कंडीशन तो ऐसे लिखनी थी ना, हमें पहले फर्स्ट इक्वेशन के कांस्टेंट्स लिखने थे 1 2 3 देन अगेन 1, फिर सेकंड के a b c देन अगेन a. तो व्हाट वाज द कंडीशन फॉर वन कॉमन रूट? कंडीशन फॉर वन कॉमन रूट वाज दिस, that we cross multiply, isn't it? Then we would have got b minus 2a. What about the second factor? 2c minus 3b, correct? And right side 3a minus c whole square, right? हमें ये मिलता. But they are asking us the ratio. अगर हमने क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट किया, मान लो हम यहाँ पे पहुंच गए, तो this should occur to us कि हमें तो रेशो पूछ रहे हैं, और आपको ध्यान में आना चाहिए कि ये रेशो कब आ रही थी. ये तो तब आ रही थी ना जब दोनों रूट्स कॉमन थे. रिमेंबर, लुक हियर, ये देखो दोनों रूट्स कॉमन की कंडीशन थी ना, ये a1 अपॉन a2 इज b1 अपॉन b2 इज c1 अपॉन c2. तो ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है ये कि हमारे पास तो ये कंडीशन आ रही है? तो दैट मीन्स कहीं ना कहीं वन कॉमन रूट की कंडीशन हमें यूज नहीं करनी. Observe now one very important thing here. तो आपके दिमाग में क्या आना चाहिए? What should be your thinking process? कि ये इक्वेशन तो हमें completely पता है, तो इसके तो हम रूट्स निकाल सकते हैं. तो let us find now the roots of this quadratic equation. Now in this, you know that we have equation as x square plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. तो इसमें मिडिल टर्म स्प्लिट होके बात नहीं बनेगी. We have to यूज क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्मूला. उसके लिए हमें चाहिए माइनस बी प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट ऑफ बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac और डिवाइडेड बाय 2a. लेट अस सी व्हाट आर द रूट्स ऑफ दिस इक्वेशन, क्योंकि एक इक्वेशन तो कंप्लीटली पता है. करते हैं सॉल्व. तो ये हो गया x इक्वल टू माइनस 2 प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट ऑफ 2 2s are 4 minus 3 4s are 12 and divided by 2. Now we can see inside the square root we have a negative quantity, so that means roots are complex. So what are the two roots? I have minus 2 plus minus under root of minus 8 and divided by 2. So this would be equal to, actually there is no need to obtain roots as such. This is sufficient that roots are complex conjugates. पर कर लेते हैं यहाँ पे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ये क्या हो जाएगा? 2 root 2 iota and divided by 2. So that means what are the two roots? If one root is alpha, it would be minus 1 plus root 2 iota, and the other root beta will be minus 1 minus root 2 iota. These are the two roots. Remember what we said in the previous lecture when we were talking about nature of roots? कि अगर आप देखो सेकेंड इक्वेशन में इन्होंने दिया है ए बी सी क्या है, रियल नंबर्स हैं. ये सेकेंड इक्वेशन है ना, ए बी सी रियल है. तो अगर इन्होंने कहा है एक रूट कॉमन है, मान लेते हैं कि अल्फा कॉमन रूट है. लेट मी राइट द सेकेंड इक्वेशन नाउ हियर. ओके, सो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. दिस इज द सेकेंड इक्वेशन नाउ, and they are giving you in the question that a b c are real numbers. Now observe, if alpha is the common root of this equation, वन कॉमन रूट है ना, तो क्योंकि कोफिशिएंट्स रियल हैं बेटा और एक रूट कॉम्प्लेक्स है, तो अगर आप कहते हो कि इस इक्वेशन का वन रूट कॉमन ये वाला है -1 प्लस रूट 2 आयोटा, तो अदर रूट विल बी इट्स कॉन्जुगेट ओनली बिकॉज कोफिशिएंट्स आर रियल, तो अदर रूट होगा -1 माइनस √2 आयोटा, तो वो तो बीटा हो गया। तो मतलब अगर प्रीवियस इक्वेशन के रूट्स अल्फा बीटा थे तो इसके भी तो रूट्स अल्फा बीटा आ गए, तो दोनों रूट्स कॉमन हो गए। इसी तरह अगर आप ये कहते हो या तो ये होगा, या फिर आप कहोगे कि ठीक है अल्फा नहीं हमारा बीटा कॉमन रूट है। तो अगर हम ये कहते हैं कि इसका एक रूट हमारा बीटा है -1 माइनस √2 आयोटा इस इक्वेशन का, क्योंकि कोफिशिएंट्स आर रियल तो अदर रूट इस इक्वेशन का हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, देखो अदर रूट विल बी -1 प्लस √2 आयोटा विच इज व्हाट, अल्फा। सो दैट मीन्स इन एनी केस not one but both roots are common, ठीक है। तो सॉरी, सो वी हैव अल्फा कॉमन एज वेल एज बीटा कॉमन, और अगर हमने ये कहा कि बीटा कॉमन है तो अल्फा भी कॉमन हो गया। तो दैट मीन्स गिवन इक्वेशंस हैव बोथ रूट्स कॉमन। हालांकि क्वेश्चन में इन्होंने हमें कंफ्यूज करने के लिए दिया था दे हैव अ कॉमन रूट, बट बिकॉज रूट्स वर कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्जुगेट्स सो बोथ रूट्स विल बी कॉमन। अब देखो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन इसमें क्या थी, first equation was x square plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0, right? And the second equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So now these two equations have both common roots, isn't it? So both roots are common. Got it? So what is the condition? a1 upon a2 is b1 upon b2 is c1 upon c2. This was the condition. a1 upon a2 is b1 upon b2 is c1 upon c2. Let's apply. So 1 upon a is 2 upon b is 3 upon c. You may take reciprocal over here because we need to obtain ratio a is to b is to c. So I get a upon 1 is b upon 2 is c upon 3. Okay. So that means what do I get? That ratio a is to b is to c is 1 is to 2 is to 3. So this is the required ratio. All right. So because ratio was asked, so that is why we should think that condition of both roots common might be used. Now what's the answer now? So 1 is to 2 is to 3 is the answer. So you can see A option will be correct. Got it? So this will be the answer. Now let us take one last question for today. Look at this one. The quadratic equations, these two have one root in common. The other roots of the first and second equations are integers in the ratio. Okay, what ratio? 4 is to 3. So first equation is this, second is this. They have one root in common and the other roots are in the ratio 4 is to 3. So we have to find the common root. Now let's see how to find the solution for this one. Okay, now look at the first equation. X square minus 6x plus a equal to 0. What is the second equation? Second equation is x square minus cx plus 6 equal to 0. And they are saying that they have one root in common. Let us assume the roots. Suppose alpha is the common root. And you can see again they are talking about the other roots also. So let me assume other root of first equation is beta and other root of second equation is gamma. Now you are given that the other roots are integers. So that means we have that beta and gamma both should be integers. And moreover they are in the ratio 4 is to 3. So beta is to gamma are in the ratio 4 is to 3. Okay. Now let us see. First equation has roots alpha beta. Got it? So product of roots will be A. And second equation has roots alpha gamma. So product of roots will be 6. So let us use that. So in first equation product of roots alpha beta is A. In second equation product of roots alpha gamma is 6. Now you know that ratio means we have value of beta upon gamma as 4 upon 3. I would like to use it. So how am I supposed to use it? I should be dividing these two so that I get beta upon gamma. So let us divide these two equations here. So I have alpha beta upon alpha gamma is equal to A upon 6. Alpha get cancelled and beta upon gamma is 4 upon 3. So we get 4 upon 3 is A upon 6. It will give us the value of A. 3 2s are 6, so I get value of A as 8. Is it okay? Now let me put it in the first equation. See, if I know the value of A, the first equation then is completely known to me and I can easily find the roots. So what is the first equation now? Let me write. First equation is x square minus 6x plus 8 equal to 0 now after putting value of A. This you can split the middle term and factorize very easily. Minus 4x minus 2x plus 8 equal to 0. Right? First two terms x common, x minus 4 minus 2, x minus 4 would be 0. So we have factors x minus 4 into x minus 2, 0. Now what are the roots of the first equation? 4 and 2. Now remember we had taken the roots of the first equation as alpha beta. Look here, alpha beta. So either common root alpha will be 4 or it will be 2. Let us take the cases now. Let me take case 1. Case 1 would be, suppose I take common root alpha to be 4. Then the other root beta is going to be 2. Is it okay? Now look here. We have beta upon gamma as 4 upon 3. Since beta upon gamma is 4 upon 3, so if beta is 2, I will have 2 upon gamma equal to 4 upon 3. This will be cancelled, and what is gamma now? Gamma is 3 by 2. Remember the condition on alpha, beta and gamma. Look here. We were told that beta and gamma are integers. Can you see here? Beta and gamma both should be integers. Beta तो integer आ रहा था देखो 2, पर gamma हमारा integer नहीं आ रहा. So that means this case will be rejected. This case is rejected. So we have to take case 2. Case 2 क्या हो जाएगा? जब आपका common root alpha कौन सा है? ये 2 है. Okay? So case 2 will be when common root alpha is 2. तो दूसरा root beta क्या हो जाएगा? 4 हो जाएगा. Now what was the ratio? Beta upon gamma, that was 4 upon 3. So if I take beta as 4, 4 upon gamma is 4 upon 3. 4 will get cancelled, and you know that in this case other root gamma will be 3. So this case is possible. Why? Because both beta and gamma are integers. ये देखो, beta भी integer है, gamma भी integer है. तो इसका मतलब जो common root है that is 2. तो क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा था देखो, we had to find the common root. तो A option will be correct. This is the common root. Okay. So I hope you have understood this question. Is it all right? So today what did we do? First of all, we did symmetric functions of roots, in which we observed that many expressions can be written in terms of alpha plus beta, alpha into beta, and alpha minus beta, which we can obtain by using quadratic equation. And then we did some questions on that. The other important concept that we have done today is when you have two quadratic equations, what is the condition for two quadratic equations to have one common root, and what is the condition for two quadratic equations to have both roots common, and we did questions based on that. Okay, so that is all for today. I hope you will enjoy the benefits of our courses beta. Okay, rest we will do in the next lecture. Thank you and bye-bye.